Welcome to our tutorial about navigating databases. Right here, I've got my users database from our previous tutorials. I'm going to grab the user table, and then I'll drag it into a cell. Now let's run the program. The table's going to look just as it is right now. Let's change the appearance. I want to add some navigational functionality to this database. Right-click. First of all, let's check Enable Paging. Now let's run our application to see how this navigational function works. As you see at the bottom, we've got links for page 1 and page 2. Let's go back and modify our navigation even further. With Grid View selected, let's go to the Properties window, the Paging section. Let's expand the Pager Settings branch, and we'll expand the Properties window a little bit also so you can see better. The Allow Paging property is already set to True. Under Pager Settings, we can choose from 4 modes: Next Previous, Numeric, Next Previous First Last, and Numeric First Last. Let's select Next Previous First Last. In Design View, you see how the navigation has changed. Let's change it to Next Previous. Again, it changes again in Design View. Let's look at the Next Page Text property. Instead of an arrow, I can enter Next. That'll be a little bit clearer, and press Enter. Now the word Next appears in Design View. Let's scroll down to take a look at more properties. Previous Page Text. Let's type Previous. Enter. Let's change the page size as well to, let's say, 3. Now let's run our application. It loads. As you see, we have the navigation we'd set up in the Properties window. When I get to the last record, the next link disappears. So let's go back, Previous, Previous, and back to the first page. We can also change the position of the navigation bar. That is also under the Pager Settings branch. Right now, bottom is selected, but we can change it to top or top and bottom. As well, we can incorporate images. Now let's change the grid view appearance. Select Edit Columns. We already learned how to delete fields in our previous tutorial. Well, we can also reorder those fields. We can change the header text as well. That's just one example of the many changes we can make. Let's say I want to separate the last and first names. Add some footer text. Change the header and footer style. Let's try a new color, for example. Visual Studio has a rich capability for adjusting the appearance of your data. Click OK. We already used the Enable Selection option in our previous tutorial. Now let's check to see how Enable Sorting works. We'll run our application. Now with the sorting option enabled, there's a hyperlink at the top of each column. I click it to sort in ascending or descending order. We did all of this in just seconds without even adjusting a single line of code. And this concludes our tutorial about using navigation properties in databases.